Good afternoon. We have something special happening today. I think you can tell by the show that we have right now loaded, and we have more people waiting to come on camera. Today is June the 9th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and today it's my birthday. So we are celebrating it. I have some of my friends with us and more that are coming on. And I thought about this a lot, guys. And this is what I determined. And that is today on June the 9th, 2020. And of course, it's a special day to me. I love the day, June the 9th. Yes, I have my whole life. Go wonder. Wink, wink. However, right now, 2020, this year, it's pretty significant what is going on, even today. I mean, really, let's be honest. And so we need reasons to celebrate. We need to come together. And when it's our birthdays, many people end up now, and I love this, many people are serving others on their birthday. They are giving that birthday gift through raising funds and awareness to special causes that they may have. And anybody that is a friend of this show or knows me knows that, yes, I have a major cause that I'm going to, of course, be sharing with, have been doing that, and that is Chemo Buddies for Life. And we have some of our friends and leadership and service heroes here joining us for that today. And we have down in the corner, just from me, not very far, we have a family that is all dressed for a party. And we are going to start off with song. So I was supposed to give the thumbs up sign.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Ready? Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha cake.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha cake.
Happy birthday, dear Tamara. Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha cake.
I love it. So we have, and oh, in fact, let me get your name up here. We have Dr. Briska, Dr. Jill Briska, with two of her children. You guys are 9-year-old twins, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
And do you mind, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, you two. Now, do you want to tell me your names on camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Marlo.
Marlo.
And I'm Mason.
And Mason. Well, thank you so very much for that beautiful birthday gift of song.
Well, we hope you have a wonderful day. And we're gonna scoot on out so you can keep on keeping on and having a great day.
Bye.
Well, that was beautiful. Thank you so very much, you three. Mwah. Bye.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to bring up another. Skip, you're going to be coming up here soon. We right now have Carol coming up, and I want to also introduce the other two that are here with me. We've got Mikey Adam Cohen to my left. It's so good to see you, my dear Mikey.
So great you. Happy birthday, my love.
Well, thank you, my dear. It's very interesting how we can be so close because you live in the next county over, yet because of everything that's been going on, we haven't had a lot of time that we've been able to see each other face to face. And that's crazy because anybody knows that there for a while we were everywhere together. And that's a lot of fun to do that. And yet this is fun when we can all get together like this, wouldn't you say?
I love
Oh, yeah.
We have Pauline. Pauline, you are in Las Vegas right now, right?
I'm in, yeah. Las Vegas, going back. The Las Vegas Strip is waking up to party time, but today is your birthday, so it's all about you.
Well,
happy birthday.
Well, thank you, my dear. And then we have Carol, our international senior ambassador, and one of those that within our organization of Chemo Buddies for Life just really helps everything to flow. Carol Brown, you are where?
I am in Canada.
Yes. And you are helping us to open up Canada, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. And happy birthday.
Thank you so very much. I just want to say thank you for coming on and sharing. And what I would love to hear from each one of you, and then I'm going to bring up the next ones that are waiting to come in, is what is it that today you would like to share about? You can, of course, I'll let you say something about my birthday. However, also about service and Chemo Buddies for Life, and what is happening right now, and how important it is for us to give to those that are really feeling isolated and alone, because too many are, and we're helping to change that. Mikey.
So first, I want to say happy birthday to my best friend. I love you so much, and it feels like you're just another room away. But I mean, there's so many people home alone right now. I'm wearing my shirt that says "Together at Home" because we're all together at home, but we're all our hearts and our minds and our feelings. We all care so much about each other, and we're all there to support each other no matter what the situation is. And today is George Floyd's burial, and and that's a huge deal. And I am for my upcoming virtual conference coming up. I'm focusing on as a white person, I've never had to deal with racism, but I'm writing a new book called White Bread and Whitewashing of Black History, because there's a lot of us that don't know that we're doing something wrong just by our everyday actions. But so I want to be trained, and I want to know what to say and whatever else. But keeping it positive and keeping it with Tamara's birthday, I wanted to say that Chemo Buddies has been incredible. I was a part of it early on, and I love the fact that it brings people together, and no one should be alone in dealing with any lifetime illness such as cancer or anything else. And I think it's a really hopeful, positive program. And this Tamara is just so amazing. She handles so many different hats. She wears so many different hats. Today I'm wearing one.
I get it.
But,
wink.
Wink. But she really does a lot, and so I got to be there to support my girl. And look at the platform now. Look at Chemo Buddies. Look, it's up and running, and it's doing amazing things. And I can't wait for it to be fully funded, so that Tamara could just relax a little bit, put her feet up, and have a cocktail once in a while. But wink.
You're funny.
She works so hard and so tirelessly, and I would like to, however we can give back to Tamara, we should.
Well, thank you so very much. I absolutely love and adore you. Thank you for showing up today.
Happy birthday.
Love you. Okay, I'm going to now, let's see, we are going to bring up, let's see here. I have, Skip, you're coming up in just a moment, but we are bringing up Renee now. And Renee Reich, thank you for showing up. And I'm going to go to Pauline, off to my left, and I'd love to hear from you. Now, let me just say something about you. I love you, and I had an opportunity to meet your husband finally. I mean, really meet him and featuring him just recently as the service hero that he is. The two of you are so dynamic, two international beings that could not be more, just true to just being a genuine, loving human being. And yet, so, I mean, golly, I mean, two PhDs and like totally rocking the world, literally. And yet you're both as humble and as wonderful as they come. And so I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being who you two are. Thank you for being who you are and such a dear friend. I'd love to give you a moment right now.
Oh, well, thank you. That was wonderful. Tamara, you are amazing. I remember when I met you when I lived in California. I lived in Orange County in 2018. I met Rennie as well. But what I've realized with you is that you just have this amazing compassion and empathy and love for everybody, and I do as well. I think that's why we click together. And yeah, my husband, who you had on your show, he did have cancer before I met him, and I help him now. He had recovered from his cancer, but I hadn't really understood the whole idea of service. I think I naturally was in service to everybody because I love them, but not with somebody who was actually sick and unwell. So that was a new one for me, really being a nurse at some very difficult times. I had to learn to do things that I hadn't done before, looking at wounds and dealing with operations. But what I think it is, the world needs to understand that we're all in this together. So whatever situation you're in, my father, who passed some 15 years ago, he always said, always be responsible. Whatever situation you're in, take responsibility. If you're on a committee or you're in a community or something's needed, somebody's ill, you just get on and do it. And that's my philosophy, that we have to get on and make this world a better place. So my passion is magical conversations. And my passion is creating a future scenario which we can all really, really work back from, not just towards. And that's a different point of view. And I'm starting those conversations tomorrow morning. So they're going to be a series of them. I hope you're going to join in. But I think we've got to use our imagination now. We've got very much stuck in the now, which we have to deal with. It's like if you're ill, you've got cancer, you've got financial problems, you have to deal with them. But also, if we use our imagination, do you remember that? Bring knowledge, experience, and imagination together. We've all got imagination. It's free. It's what comes with us when we get born. So we need to imagine that future without conditions of the present and the past, and then really all get together and serve that dream, serve that destiny. That's my passion, and I'm going to keep on doing it.
I love it. I love it.
I'm 71 now, and I've got at least another 30 years. I plan to die when I'm 101. So anybody who wants to help me, I'm going to go for it. You'll all be here with me.
I love it. I love it. I mean, thank you so very much. And I do want to recognize we have so many different people with us right now. Sherry, our senior ambassador at Chemo Buddies for Life. Thank you so very much for being here. We have Paul Hamilton. Thank you very much for the kind words. Cinnamon, love it when you're here with us. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. We have Helene Wilson, our ambassador of the chat. Helene, she keeps things just hopping and rocking and rolling and so much fun. We have Aaron here. Aaron, thank you so very much. Wink, wink, and there you go. And so, of course, Helene is saying hello to everyone. Let's see here. We've got Carmen. Carmen, I'm so happy you're here. I hope everything is well. She's out in the New York area. I hope that things are getting somewhat back to normal there. And, the internet is acting up crazy. Uh-oh. So thank you for showing up with us now. And let's see if we have, Kristen Cole. First of all, congratulations on the baby. And next, you know what? Oh my, I'm not going to get sad. Her mother was the one her mother is the one that started our whole ambassador program. Kimberly, her mother, who has gained her wings for Chemo Buddies for Life, she was the very first ambassador. And the way that she became an ambassador, she just decided she was going to be, right, Christian? She just said, I'm a Chemo Buddies for Life ambassador. She started talking to the doctors about us and getting others, and she put it on her profile. She was the very, very, very first one. So actually, when you look at some of the artwork and stuff for the ambassadors, it's actually the coalition, KOHL, coalition. So glad you're here with us. And in fact, Renee, you remember when we did that, when we named it that was something really amazing. And thank you so much, Jill, for sharing your twins with us in the chat. So thank you very much, Pauline, for showing up, being here with us, and sharing about magical conversations. And I want to also share this too, guys. You know, I have a fundraiser out there, and it's my birthday one. I would love if anybody wants to celebrate with my birthday. I am asking that you go ahead and share on that, because, you know, every single penny is going to be going to our buddies and our programs. And we've got a lot of them, huh, Carol? She's in on all the meetings in regards to all of that. We've got so much going on and serving so many people. So
where is the link? Where's the link?
The link is, let's see who's here right now. Helene or Skip, I think you might be able to do it. Someone, they want to put it in the chat right there. That would be great. The link for the fundraiser. And it's also on the Chemo Buddies for Life page here on Facebook. And you can go there. And thank you for asking. All right, guys. I know that. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. We've got Misty. Skip, you're going to come up, but we've got Misty. And in fact, Misty's at work. So we're going to let her kind of take a spot here for a moment. And our vice president of the board, Miss Delane, many people know her for a lot of different reasons. She's a speaker and a bestseller and, you know, book and all sorts of, she's got a new show, all sorts of things going on. However, you truly believe in our vision at Chemo Buddies for Life, and you're just a fun friend. So I'm gonna let you speak for a minute, because you're at the hospital right now. Is that where you're at?
Yes, in Southeast Texas.
And she's on the front lines of, you know, because you work in radiology and you work with a lot of the machines that our buddies end up having to be tested on.
For the oncology stuff, the PET CTs, I do those for oncology, yes. I do nuclear medicine for everything else.
Right. And
happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And, you know, one thing that you've been doing on Wednesday nights is you've been educating our buddies and our community about staying safe during everything that's been happening during the pandemic and COVID. And yes, it's June the 9th, 2020. There's a lot going on. And I have to say, our community, I'm really proud of what they've been doing. They've been listening. They've been following your instructions, and you've been coming with really solid information. And thank you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I enjoy it.
So what would you like to share while you're up here with us and you're taking these moments there?
Well, what I want to say is that tomorrow night, if you can come to the chat, it would be awesome if you bring some friends. We're going to be talking about how we can deal with stress during these times. I was talking to Tamara yesterday about, you know, what do you want to talk about? And I told her I didn't sleep at all last night, not one single wink of sleep. And she's like, well, how about we talk about that? So we're going to be going over different ways that we can deal with stress. I know down here we just got through that big tropical storm and still have some remnants of that coming around and whipping us with the wind and the rain. But there's just all kinds of stressors out there, and we need to learn every day how to live through with it. So how to cohabitate with the stress. So we'll be going over that in the chat tomorrow night.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for coming in, and it means so much to me. And I just love and adore you. And I'm grateful that we are working together in this cause to see that, that we are supplying healing through connections, through learning how to connect with ourselves, learning how to connect with a buddy, and learning to connect within a community, and a community of humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a lot of love, with a lot of good information coming from our Misty Lane.
Well, I think one of the things I'm most proud of on the Wednesday night chats is I think that I've definitely been able to bring awareness to the community that they need to stay informed, that they need to make educated decisions. And I think we've shown them different ways that they can do that. And the emergency checklist, I think, is a big priority for a lot of them. And I think that we're doing some great work. And I really want to see us go global with this. I encourage everyone to bring people in with them, families, support systems, coworkers, whoever may need to learn about what's going through in the life of someone with cancer. Bring them in, invite them in, let them come into the chat with us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being there, and thank you for coming on with us. I appreciate it so very much. And and thank you both, Carol and Renee, right now, for letting Misty kind of jump of the fact that we got to let her get back to work and get things going. So thank you very much for coming in and celebrating my birthday with me.
I guess I'm cracking Renee up or something. I'm not sure what's happening.
Love you, Misty.
Hi, guys. Hi, Caroline. How are y'all? Bye, guys. Happy birthday.
Bye, Misty.
Okay, bye. All right, and Helene, I did see that you were calling. Yes, if you want to call back, and Skip, you're coming up to the line right now, and thank you for waiting so generously. And if you want to call back, Helene, go ahead. I think she probably wants to say something too. And in the meantime, I haven't really said much about you, Renee. You came in, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to really focus in on you, and so
that's okay. It's not about me; it's about you, my friend.
Well, thank you very much. And so, Carol, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to go to, we're going to go to Helene right now. And so I'm going to take my ears off here and then bring it up. Okay, Helene, you are live with us now.
That's fine.
Yes.
Would you go to your front door to your house right now?
Front door, I can't. I'm on the show right now, but
I'm aware of that, and I think you'll be patient. Would you please go to your front door and get something that I left you?
Something that she left me at my front door from Texas. Okay, you guys are going to see my show spot here. Okay. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take me down from the line, and I'm going to let you three visit while I go over there and see what's up.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi, Skip. Hi, Renee.
Hi.
Hello, Carolyn and Skip. It's great to be with you and to celebrate Tamara's birthday today. So she's our service hero.
Yeah, she's our service hero. She's been giving everybody else the honors and so forth. Today's a day for honoring her. So I guess she had a special delivery. She must have saw that it was just delivered or something.
It appears that way, so she'll let us know when she gets back.
It'll be a surprise. Hopefully she'll open it here and not get too embarrassed. But it's nice to finally meet you, Renee.
Same here.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of your comments and posts and everything, so it's wonderful.
Thank
Carol, great to have you. It's so cool how you've taken such a lead in so many areas. Bless you.
Thank you.
How's everything going up there? Where are you, Renee?
I'm in Orange County, California.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we have relatives who used to live out there in San Diego, and then we had family in Orange County and real estate and so forth, and up in Alameda, which was when there was a Naval Air Station. As a kid, I grew up there, but now I'm in Arkansas, so that's where
I
my
have a friend who's in
ancestors.
Arkansas.
Who?
A friend of mine.
Oh,
lives
good.
in Arkansas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Okay, we're on, Helene.
Okay then, Tamara. Rock and roll and pop yourself back up.
I'm back up, and you're
I'm
alive.
having a hard time seeing you.
Okay, well, I'm right here behind these beautiful flowers. Thank you. My goodness.
Did you open is the card there?
Yes, the card is right here. So let me just open this real fast. Okay, I'm gonna have to put these off of the camera here.
That's
open
fine.
the card. And so let's see here. It says, "Happy birthday, Tamara. Love, Helene." Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Let's see. There we go. Isn't that so sweet? Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness. That was just, how did you time that and everything? That is just so sweet. It's so beautiful.
Maybe we can talk after the show.
Okay. All right. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let me get my ears.
Nice.
Yeah, Helene's got some little angels there kind of floating around the house there ready to deliver it. I'm surprised. Surprised they just didn't march in with it and surprise her.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So sweet. So sweet. Unbelievable, and I just can't even say enough things about our community and about our buddies and our ambassadors. And Helene is ambassador of the chat. She has her own title, and she does such a good job with it. And we've got Christopher. Christopher is going to be on with us tonight for Travel Tuesday is what that's all about in the chat on Tuesday nights. And Amy Morrison. Yes, they are, aren't they? So beautiful. So,
Tamara, I want to interrupt for a minute.
Yes.
We were talking about you while you were away. I want to let you know that we were saying that, and this is really true, you are our service hero.
Yes.
Oh.
So you should know how we all feel about you. You are an angel among angels, and you always shine a spotlight on others. But this is really a day to shine a spotlight on you, because without you, Chemo Buddies wouldn't be in existence. And to the length and extent that it is, it keeps growing and growing, and we are just proud to be a part of it. And I'm so proud to be one of your ambassadors. You just are amazing, and we've been here since the beginning together. And I've just seen so much growth, not only in you and in what you've done with the community, but the whole community growing together as one. And that's what it's about. Teamwork does make the team work. So it's really incredible. And so are you. So happy birthday, my friend.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me, and thank you very much. And it's really interesting. The three of you right now, you have been with me since nearly the beginning, one way or another. And Carol, I know that you're an extension too of Sharon, and the time that was. And so it's really so interesting how this all comes together. And I want to say this too. It's really interesting in how we have this makeup here, the three of you, in that Skip, of course, you're on the board now. However, you have been with Chemo Buddies for life and been with me in this journey since before Chemo Buddies even became a nonprofit, when it was still, what was it going to look like? The chicken or the egg. And when my original buddy and I set out to go forward with this journey, and in truth, it's been quite the journey and very like a lot of time, and she just wasn't able to devote that type of time. However, she full blessings go forward and make it happen. And so that's what we've been doing. And then Carol, you came in right at a time that it was really, I needed you to come in. I needed you. You were such a blessing to come at the time you did, because it was, you had known Sharon and you were friends with Sharon, and with your production background, and now everything that you are stepping up and doing. My goodness, can I just tell you, this person, Carol, says, okay, I'm going to come up with boxes. She not only comes up with boxes, she gets them donated, and she comes up with a lot of them, and then they're sent off. Then it's, I'm going to do this. She does it. I'm going to do that. She does it. She's opening up Canada, and she's got the county fathers and mothers, in the political arena, aware of us, excited for us to be coming to Canada. And she's been doing this, and she now has a team of others that she's recruited to do this too, thus going international, which has always been the desire from the very beginning. And then Renee, with you coming and nearly attacking me in a meeting, and you're not moving until
explain the context of that.
Yeah, well, it was all good, guys. It was just, I had spoken, you came, and like, I need to talk to you now. And we've traveled a journey together, literally in the car even. And you have really found what it was to be a support buddy. A support buddy, Carol, and the production team part, and a support buddy, and then Skip, an actual patient buddy, and this is, all three have experienced our program in so many different ways.
Tamara, I'm going to interject on something that you don't even know, because there's no way you would. But yesterday, actually the 6th, June 6th, my mother just celebrated 40 years of being breast cancer free. And it was her 40 years, and she, and my dad, as you know, passed of lung cancer in 2018, who I was a support buddy for him. As well as my family, we all rallied around. But, with my mom's breast cancer, she actually found it on her own. She got a good diagnosis from the doctor. But the biggest thing I want to impart on your audience today is that my mother finding hers was her knowing her own body. Mm-hmm. And even though a doctor said, you're okay, she said, no, I'm not. There's something wrong. This isn't normal, what she was experiencing. And so she asked for another opinion, regardless of what a doctor said, because doctors, it's called a practice for a reason. They have a practice. They are not, nothing is foolproof. What is really important is you knowing your own body. And if my mom had not, I would not be having this conversation with you to say that she's been cancer-free for 40 years. It's because she knew herself better than any doctor could diagnose. And she knew something was wrong. And she went for the other opinion. And that other opinion confirmed, in fact, she did have breast cancer. And because she got it so early, it didn't go into any of her nodes. She didn't need chemo or radiation because of her. That's the biggest thing that I can impart to anybody, is to know your body. Know what's normal, know what's not. Know what's a red flag. And then challenge a doctor, whether what he says sounds good or not. Challenge. We're in charge of our lives. This is our go-around here in the physical world. Why not make the most and the best of it that we can, and be the healthiest we can while we're here?
Thank you for that. That is so important. And I will just say this, that many of us, one way or another, kind of know when something's up, and that intuition, that feeling different in your body, either because you notice something or because you're just feeling something. Whatever it may be, it is something to really explore. And the good news now, there's so much good news. The good news is that there are so many, like your mom, that are having those kind of celebrations. And I will say too, we have quite a few, if you will, stage 4s. And yeah, we don't sugarcoat things, guys, because we don't need to, because we have a lot of love and a lot of humor, hope, heart, and hugs going on. And the good news with even the stage 4s is that so many stage 4s are living a very long time. And I would not be surprised if someday in the future there will be restaging. I would not be surprised if that would someday start happening. I think I would be more surprised at some time it doesn't, because there are so many miracles out there, so many. And so what we're seeing a lot of really amazing, wonderful things. And so thank you for sharing that, Renee. I absolutely love you. Thank you for going on all the adventures and putting up with me as a driver in the middle of LA traffic, because that is a patient. You had to have patience in that description of your life to be a driver. I mean, the passenger, when Tamara is being, and she's just like, yeah, that's so true. Yeah. Yep. Have to have a little bit of patience if Tamara's the driver through LA. So thank you.
It was, honestly, it was all really my pleasure to be with you and to be your partner in crime there, in so to speak, your buddy. So, yep. It's always been a pleasure to spend time with you, whether it's in a car or at an event. It just is always a great experience. We never know what's going to unfold. And that's the joy of it all, is being open to it, to the experience. And we always had great ones together. So I'm here to honor you and to say thank you in a huge way for the gift of your life and the legacy that you are building and leaving for others to follow. And thank you so, so much. God bless you, watch over you, keep you healthy, happy, safe, and protected, my friend. You are an angel among us.
Well, thank you. I love you. Thank you so very much for joining us today, Renee.
Bye,
all right. How fun is that? Okay. Now, the three of us. Now, let's see. Do we have anybody waiting? No. Okay, so let's catch up on everybody. We have Coach. Coach is in the house. So good to see you, Coach Chuck. I just absolutely adore you. I hope your wife is doing well. Think about the two of you a lot. And, Helene, thank you for saying that. Scooby-Doo, what does Scooby have to say? Is having a good laugh. I'm glad. And anybody that doesn't know, in our closed group, this woman is a bit of a comic relief. She is always doing a Where's Waldo of something, or she's actually calling someone Waldo, calling them out, and she's always looking for something lately, and you never know what it's going to be. Are you going to sing now? Sorry. We can ask Skip. He's our resident singer of the group. Jill, thank you, Dr. Jill. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful twins, the two of them, Marlo and Mason, and dressing up in the party hats. That was so much fun. Just absolutely loved it. And, bye. Good seeing you here with us. Thank you very much for sharing this time. And Cinnamon, I'm so glad you're with us right now. And Christopher, so much fun. Still searching for your purple pen, Helene. Yeah. Yep. And so where is Tamara now? Okay, this is good. All right, guys. So Carol, you're up next because you're actually up there. I love how that happened, huh? And so you have had such an interesting, you didn't know in the beginning, actually, I don't believe, that you were a part of our program when you really were, but you were through our senior ambassador of the time, Sharon Nichols Ward, and your relationship with her and joining together with her. And then the way it all worked out for us to connect, and you bring your skills and help in all the ways that you do. They're countless. I don't know how we could, seriously, there are people, Skip and you and many of the ones that are on the chat right now, many, without all of you, what we are doing and how we're serving at this very moment in time, which is just the tip of the iceberg of where we're going, it wouldn't be possible. And it is possible because of the devotion and the belief and the determination to make it so. What, Carol, I would love for you to share in your own words what it is that you see and why it is that you're here with us.
Well, before I met you, Tamara, I met Sharon. She was in one of my other groups in the happiness program, and we connected through there. And she helped me when my dad passed away in 2017 with lung cancer. And I was kind of in a dark place there, and I lost my aunt at the same week. I lost my uncle in the same week. I lost my cousin all in the same week. So it was a really dark December 2017 for me. And Sharon and I used to get up every morning, and we would just, we would send jokes back and forth. We would laugh. We'd have our coffees in the morning. And, we'd spend a few hours, probably about 2 hours, just laughing back and forth, just to start our day. And it really helped me get through the day, with having somebody just, sharing the laughter with. And honestly, laughter is the biggest healing medicine that you can give anybody. And then when I joined on to the Teresa and Amy show, I had you come on as a guest. And that's how you and I connected through that show, and where I was doing the production there for them. And it still didn't click on us connecting to each other.
It didn't. It took us a little time.
It took a little bit.
I think Sharon was like, come on, you two, figure it out.
Yeah, I'm moving down to when you were in the Next Impactor, just before you went to the Next Impactor, I think that I had asked you where Sharon is, because I hadn't spoke to her for a couple of days, was wondering what happened to my buddy.
Right.
And that's when I think we realized that we connected together, and we finally had those connections of you realizing who I was when I was on the Amy and Teresa show, and then connecting through Sharon. And that's how you and I connected as friends. And you asked me if I would come aboard the Chemo Buddies as part of the production. And I agreed to that because that's just my passion of being behind the cameras, being the production person, and really being organized and getting things done. And meeting wonderful people. The next step is we did the Given Tuesday, did the amazing event up here in Canada, which I'm very privileged to have the honor to do that, and have the amazing people around me to share that moment of what it means to give back.
Mm-hmm. So, and I love the segue. Thank you very much for that, because that was like perfect timing. That for the give back, if anybody, again, you can either, if you're interested in giving back and in contributing for my birthday, yes, wink, wink, yes, my wish is this, that our Chemo Buddies for Life programs are going forward, and every penny that we receive goes into our nonprofit. At some point, total disclosure, we will have employees, but right now, everybody that is within our programs are volunteers, every single one. And we have tremendous people involved, and more coming every day. Just mind-blowing who is coming and feeling led to this program, because so much is going on. And so you can either go to the Chemo Buddies for Life page here on Facebook and look for the fundraiser that is my fundraiser for the buddies, or you can go straight to the site. You can donate there. You can donate anywhere you would like, and let us know if you do, because I would love to be able to highlight you and feature you, because there's some good stuff coming around the corner on a new beta site that we've got going on. So I'm glad that I asked you to share like I did, Carol, because you know, every time you say something and share the story, I learned something new. And I did not realize, and it means that much more to me, and it's everything not to cry right this minute, that Sharon was there for you when your father passed. I didn't know that connection. Yet it doesn't surprise me because that's what our program is, and she was our senior ambassador, and she was always serving people throughout the world. She was reaching out. And Skip, you were going to say something. I could see it. Did you want to say something?
No, I remember, I mean, just it all brings back a lot of the memories of 3 years ago or whenever it was, and you and your, you know, talking about your idea. You didn't have a nonprofit yet, but it related, you know, it hit a nerve with me because actually this month is 10 years that I got my diagnosis of cancer. And shortly thereafter, I had 2 surgeries that were kind of almost emergency surgeries. And prognosis wasn't good. And just like Renee said, you know, they were suggesting to do chemotherapy. And I was listening to my body. And I talked to the doctor. I said, no. And he said, well, I'm your doctor. That's what you got to do. And I said, well, what's my other options? And, you know, and so I did some research and I went back and talked to him and we decided on something else. And of course, that was 10 years ago. But I remember the process of you going through and figuring out how just to do a phone chat call. And now you're doing lessons on this. You were asking me questions about how to do certain things, and now you're giving classes on how to do it. So I'm very impressed. And the people that have come along here in this group, and the service heroes, and I think you're up over 400 or so now that you've done. And like Renee said, when you were going to get the flowers that were so beautiful, Helene, that was just amazing timing. But we were talking, and you know, and you're always honoring everybody else that's doing so much for the world and for the community, and very seldom do we hear. I mean, yeah, you won the next global impactor with a couple hundred, you know, competitors in that, and you came out on top. But I think all 400 plus service heroes would crown you the queen of the epic service hero today. So you are the first epic service hero.
Well, thank you. A new title for me.
That's right. We all 400 of us nominate and unanimously agree. So that's right. But also back to keeping this going, because when I heard what you were doing, and I've been my own nonprofit, Amplifying Truth, to show people on the front line difference makers, being in the film and television industry for a very long time and working in all kinds of industries. I thought, what can I use these gifts that I've been given and the experiences and so forth? And yours hit a special nerve because of my own situation and having no one 1,200 miles away from any family members or anything, not knowing if I was even going to tell anybody, and how valuable that would have been, because there was nobody, the doctors and nurses, even in your video, you know, your nurses there said, you know, we see patients every day, but none of us have had cancer. Right. And so it's hard for people to relate and understand what you're going through, and what you've created is amazing. And I was happy, and I see so many of the buddies who have given and helped donate toward Chemo Buddies for Life for your birthday. And I was happy to do the same, and I certainly encourage, because you've got people all around the world. I mean, all around the world now joining. And so you've got to, you know, that's, if you ever ask a service hero, well, how does it feel to really help change the world? I mean, right back on you, you know, you've got to know that feeling, because you're doing it. So thank you.
Well, thank you for those words. And this is the image, since we have the extra slot. And I want to recognize someone that's here, because it means a lot to me that you're here. Joey and I share grandkids together. I don't talk about them much on air. However, I have them. Yes, I am a Nana. And she's the other Nana. So I want to say thank you for stopping by, Joey, and saying something. It means a lot to me, a whole lot. And thank you, Skip, for this image, because in it, and Aaron, thank you for helping to grab these images for Skip and everything. And oh, I just noticed it. Oh yes, blast from the past. There's my high school picture. Yes, I had short hair back then. So then I grew it long because my mother made me keep short hair because she didn't know what to do with it when I was little. So yes, my mom is there in the middle between the two pictures of myself and myself and my other self. And so this was really amazing. Thank you for putting that together. I love it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So, Carol, wanted to give you a little time there. Thank you for sharing what you shared, because the passion that you have, Carol, for what we're doing, you talk about me being contagious and inspiring people. You are, within our group, such an inspiration. And let me tell you guys, she mentioned it, so I can say that she was behind the camera and production and everything. And yet you had a desire for that to kind of maybe change, right? Or you at least thought that you might.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if we see Skip jumping, yes, he is outside, and he is in the bit of the woods, in the holler, and so he's got like animals and bugs and snakes and stuff all around him. So.
Deers and eagles. That was just a little piece of fluff that floated by. It scared me.
Okay. A big boy like you being scared by fluff. Okay, yeah, we got it. Okay.
I had a 6-foot snake the other day. He didn't bother me. We talked and had a good conversation. He was a good snake.
He was a good snake.
Yeah.
So Carol, you know, and buddies, I know many of you have heard this story, but I really want those in the public side too to understand what also I am so thrilled to be seeing, and that is the people that come and actually volunteer and help and work with us and team with us. Many of the volunteers are many of the ones that are having the biggest aha moments also. I mean, the buddies are too. And we have created within our platforms opportunities for people to grow and to find their better selves. And then that inspires, it's that whole full circle, that inspires our buddies, and it is pretty incredible what's happening. And so I'd love to hear from you, Carol. You used to be in just the production side, and if you got on the other side of the camera, it was before it went live. I remember that very distinctly on the Teresa and Amy show. Now what's going on?
What's going on? Well, first of all, I have to give you credit, Tamara. I mean, if it wasn't for your inspiration and, your words of encouragement, others' words of encouragement, I don't think I would have been on the other side of the camera. I did do a couple of times on the Amy Tricia show, but it was like very brief, very short, because I really didn't want to put myself out there. But you gave me that opportunity. You asked me if I wanted a platform for myself to work on, and I took on Thankful Thursday. And the reason why I named it the Thankful Thursday is because, one, I'm thankful to be here, and two, I'm thankful to meet all the incredible people that I've met over the last 2 years, roughly. And it's made a difference in me of bringing myself out of my shell, of being afraid, of being judged. As most of my life, I've been judged, name called, So it's just building up that courage again to come back out and know who I am. And I have to thank you for that.
Well, it's all of us, and that's what's so exciting. I mean, in truth, as I'm looking at all of these wonderful people that are stopping in, and please hashtag live, hashtag replay, because we're going to have plenty, I'm sure, that will be watching this in replay. And yes, we are now on YouTube, and we're loaded in Pinterest, though I don't understand it yet, but I will. And we're having highlights in LinkedIn and Instagram, all the different platforms, Twitter. So you can be watching these shows in a variety of different ways. Oh my goodness, Danny, we need to have you on as a service hero soon. This is a gentleman making a big difference in cancer up in the Reno area. I'm so glad that you're here with us right now, Danny. And so I'm so excited that you shared that, Carol, because you're inspiring so many of our buddies by sharing the stories that you share. And I won't go into some because we have a safe platform that we have created and have built and are protecting. And anybody that comes into it, we make sure that they know that it is a safe place. Our chat is what we call it. And it will continue to be a safe place because we need those places where we can share openly and honestly. We can explore. We can have a place a safe to fail place, even where if it isn't what you want, you go on camera and it's really not what I want. Okay, well, you had a chance to check it out. And you have shared stories. You have shared your growth in the chat. Now we're going to start lessons and classes on Sunday, and you're going to learn how to do what, Carol?
Learn to run a platform.
And is it something that you might like to do possibly in the future?
Possibly. We'll see how it goes.
There you go. There you go. There you have it, guys.
I want to put a message out there. If there is anybody out there that wants to try it out in our private group, who is part of the community there, don't be afraid. Put out your story. And if it isn't for you, it's okay. And I can say that because I was afraid. And I'm taking baby steps, one day at a time, one person at a time, one buddy at a time. And Tamara, I love you. I wish you the best today. Enjoy your special day, because I do have to run to go pick up.
Okay.
Skip.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again. I love the background where you're sitting there. Looks peaceful.
Very peaceful. Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you for all you do, Carol. You're really amazing. Carol LaRue.
Thank you, guys.
Skipperoo.
No. It's a skipperoo. It's not a Carol-roo. It doesn't go. It doesn't match.
Okay.
It doesn't work as good. Love you. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
And I just want to say that we have John D. Hall, one of our newer service heroes. Do you guys know that he was on the Globetrotters and he traveled the world for many years, many, and amazing man. Thank you for being here today and all that you do. Elizabeth, thank you for stopping in on my birthday. I am so excited. And Skip, thank you for hanging out and being generous to let the girls go first as I was bringing them up the line and everything. That was really wonderful. And as we start to wrap this up for my birthday today, and again, because you are a member of our board, and you were gracious enough. You're so funny too. It's so cute. This guy, an Emmy award-winning documentary director and producer in the past, and worker with, over brands for companies, all sorts of them, filmed all over the world. And yes, film. Let's get it out there. Film. And what did I ask him to do? Be over digital platforms. But you said yes, and you have stepped up to the plate and helped, because I really needed someone that had been there when the decision was to make that position on the board, because our nonprofit is a hybrid, and that's how we are taking it globally, is through the digital platforms. And yet we had to have film that then goes and visits, and it interworks together. And you are a storyteller is really what you are. That's your genius. That's, I believe that's where you really enjoy and shine. And you have been around since the beginning. You've seen all of the growth that's taken place. You've seen the wins and the let's try it again another way times. Let's do it another way, because it didn't quite take that time.
Applies to me too.
Yeah, well, I kind of crashed and burned a couple of websites, guys, myself. Yes, it wasn't pretty. And yet you've been here, and we have one more guest that's just showed up, so I'll bring her up in a moment. And so we're going to go a little long, guys, for a Service Hero show. But hey, it's my birthday. We're celebrating. I would love to hear from you, because you've seen it from the beginning. You know where we are right now, and you know what the vision is for the future. You've been in those meetings. You know where we're going. And in your storytelling way, though I know you do it with images and music and film, and you can get us cracking up like you did on Friday. That's all I'm going to say. It's a closed group. That's all. However, you cracked us up. You're able to get us with some of the film that you create. We're tearing up. You came up with a song, in fact, for that was inspired by 3 different distinct things, but it's brought the song together. And part of it is your journey, your own cancer journey. Part of it is the Chemo Buddies. And I'm not going to ask you to perform it. That's probably why you're out on your porch, so you're not close to your guitar. However, with that said, the inspiration of the song and where we're going into the future, I think, goes hand in glove. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
Well, cancer, the story is, was a filmmaker I've told so many stories about people with cancer, for kids to commercials, to documentaries, to organizations, charitable groups, to Susan G. Komen. I've done tons and tons of work, and cancer always happened to somebody else. And, sometimes we find what is the inspiration in life. It could be, that have to be cancer. It can be something good. It can be the birth of a child. It can be something that shifts. And when you talk about service, or you talk about finding your purpose, or what is the intention for you to be here and be put in certain situations, whatever they are, and learning certain things, reaching down inside of your heart and your soul and getting your damn head out of the way sometimes, which is what I had to do, and really listen and go, okay, what is the legacy I want to leave? And what is it that I have at my disposal, as far as tools and resources, education, talents, whatever, that I can make a difference. And it might just be being it might not just be, but being, a role of just helping one person at a time, or it could be changing the world, but it's stepping into that. So I think it's service is one thing, but it's the inspiration. It's the flame that we are lighting the candle within ourselves, and then we're picking that candle up and lighting other people's candles, and they're going out and lighting other people's candles. So what I don't want to let you off the hook about is every one of your, and of course you got somebody coming up, but every one of your Service Hero shows, you ask a question at the end. And I think we all 400 of us that have now, since you are the first international epic service hero, McQueen,
Okay.
epic service hero. I think you need to end this thing of talking about what is that flame? What is that light? What is that reason that inspired you to help change one life, change the world? What is that flame? What is the inspiration? I want to hear that. I know you're bringing somebody else, but you're always putting somebody else on and leaving it and said, let's end, and I want to go down and put you up, and you let them do it. It's your turn to do that.
Okay. All right. And just, I just messengered our next person that their camera's out of focus. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, and so so they can have a chance to fix it while I'm talking. Thank you for asking that. There's actually a couple of things. One is huge, and that is the why behind my why. I could not help my mom. When we didn't know she had cancer until just a few days before she passed. However, she had multiple myeloma, which is bone marrow cancer, for they believe it was probably a year. And she had been sick. She had been in the hospital, and then she had been put into alternative situations because she lived in my home. At that time, we had 4 generations in my house, and she had, in fact, where I am filming right now was her casita, and she was in the hospital because of pneumonia. And when she was there, she got superbugs, MRSA, and 3 others. So she had 4 different superbugs that she was dealing with, and I was going through chemotherapy. I was in full-fledged treatment, and she was under my roof. She couldn't come back. And she had 34 years before all of this happened. She'd been diagnosed with a kidney disease, and the bottom line is that she was in a car accident. 6 of her vertebrae were shattered, and somehow she was supposed to be dying in 6 months, and she lived for 34 years, but she lived in tremendous pain. They rebuilt her back. She had 27 major surgeries, which she was fused from the very top of her spine to the bottom, and a lot more. And when she was in the hospital, she coded. And that's how many times multiple myeloma takes you, is you have pneumonia and then your body, that kind of stuff. They brought her back, but in doing so, they broke her ribs. And so she had her back was completely fused, and her ribs were broken, and she had superbugs in her urinary tract, and she was a little older, and so only 18 years older than me. But when you have an infection like that in your urinary tract when you're older, it affects your brain. She couldn't come home, and she was in these places. She became one of those screamers, and my mother was genius. She was a genius businesswoman that became a screamer and childlike. And I could do nothing for her. Every single day, I think about that. And then where it piggybacks to the second thing is I think about now the person anywhere in the world that's like my mom was, that is feeling isolated and alone, connected with their mind or not, because we all know if you're going through cancer, sometimes you can end up with chemo fog, you can end up with all sorts of side effects, and oftentimes they want to scream out in pain, they want to scream out because they're fearful, whatever it may be. And if they're alone in the middle of the night, where that is the hardest, it can be a time where maybe they give up, and maybe they are not the sickest, but those things are going on. So what drives me every day is to think of those people and realize what we are building, they'll be able to actually access us through something as simple as a phone. anywhere in the world in what we're building, anywhere in the world. And they'll be able to tap in either to someone live, or even if nothing else, to a lot of what we have as resources, which they'll have an immediate dose of humor and hope and heart, hugs, and a tremendous amount of love. And what we are doing is we are actually changing the way things are done, one person at a time. That's what drives me. I couldn't do it for my own mom. I couldn't. The best I could do was I was able to bring her home for the last 10 days of her life, and she still had the superbugs. So they made me wear gloves because I was the main caretaker and I was still under treatment. And my mom looked at me very childlike, like, why am I not touching her hand? You know? And I remember thinking, Mom, I can't really tell you. You won't really even understand. However, if I touch your hand, there's a good chance. Because of everything that was going on, they just told me, don't take the chance. So, you know, it's like, I couldn't. But what I can do now, and what drives me every single day, is to know that my mom's legacy will live on. And that I wasn't able to help her, but I'll be able to help a lot of other people. And we already have. And we have just started. So that's the long story of it. And I would bring up the guest. I may just bring her. Oh, there she is. She is. Okay. We have one more person coming in. And
take me down, share the screen with her. And congratulations.
Not going anywhere, Skippo. No. Nice try.
We've got Aaron, who oftentimes it's interesting. We many know that Aaron and Skip will join. Skip, you're so tall. You need to make it so that we see. There you go. Yeah, he's a tall guy. You guys might not realize he's like 6'4", this one. So yeah. So thank you for stopping by, Aaron.
Well, they wouldn't let me in, and so I'm so sorry, but I think it ended up being perfect because you just got put on the hot seat.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's a good thing for people to understand the why behind the why.
Yeah.
You know, because I was talking about that in one of my meetings earlier today, and that is anybody that believes that they can go out there and make a difference, it's not easy. It's just not. Don't sugarcoat it, because it's not. However, it is completely possible, 100%, but you've got to know why you're doing it. And then on the days that you're ready to just throw that why out the window, it's got to be such a strong why behind the why that there would be no flipping way I'm ever giving up until it's done, no matter what, and it has to be so big. So, you know.
Well, and you have so many more whys. It's like for you and your story, I think that it really, there's so many on top of another, one on top of another, and you have such a heart of gold. Hashtag Tamara Love, obviously. And so Skip, you have to have your guitar right there, right? You do, right?
Why? What are you getting at?
I know you do.
What are you getting at?
I'm getting at, I was pretty sure that you were going to sing a song. I don't know. I just felt it in my heart, I guess. If you want.
What would I do?
Well, you got so many. Don't make me choose.
We're already an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know if there's time for this. You need to talk. You're supposed to. This is it. Helene's been asking, when are you going to sing? And it's her birthday. Huh?
I did sing, remember?
Oh yes, you did. Okay.
I don't think we're not gonna grace everyone with that today. It's too special of a day.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say, you know, it is my birthday, and even if I have to chop this up, which I'm not going to, you know, it's a special show. So there's, you know, if you guys want to go along,
you can always check in the closed group. It's fine. We have tonight.
Oh, yeah. Barbara Beckley is not able to join us tonight on Travel Tuesday. We will have to have her next week. So we do have a slot for any of our buddies, anybody, if they want to come in. Okay, there is that guitar. Okay.
I'm going to get Aaron. You're going to sing. Can you hear it?
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear anything? Here, I'll bring it down here. How about?
We can hear it before that.
You can hear it. I'm just
okay.
And
you could hear it
because I
it's better when it was
right.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You know the words to this song. Happy birthday, dear Tamara. Queen Tamara. Happy birthday to you. Yay.
Thank you. There's Squirrely, even my traveling companion to Unstoppable, one of them.
Right?
Yes. Well, thank you. Oh, my goodness. And there's one of our songbirds right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, sure is.
Andrea Banfield, I love you. Thank you for being here. You know, this has been an amazing period of time. And for anybody that didn't catch this in the very beginning, what I did share, and I'll share it at the very end, is that going live with my birthday today for the Service Heroes show, I really wanted to talk about the fact that our birthdays, we celebrate with others and we celebrate for others also. And so with my birthday, I am raising funds and awareness for Chemo Buddies for Life. And we really are making a difference. And we run it very, very, very thin because we're not at that point where some of the other nonprofits are. However, we will be. Right now, it is volunteer ran completely 100%. So all the funds that we raise go straight into our programs, and we need some funds for some of our programs that we are working right now. So if you feel inspired to help us, please go to the current fundraising that I have, birthday celebration, what do they call it? The fundraising, whatever they call it. But it is there on the page or on Chemo Buddies for Life, or you can go to chemobuddiesforlife.org and directly donate there. And let us know if you do. So I'd love to highlight you. So thank you.
Please donate to Chemo Buddies. Please donate to Chemo Buddies. Please donate because it's Tamara's birthday. Please donate to Chemo Buddies.
And many more.
And many more.
I love it. Okay, yes, there it is. Campaign, a Facebook donation campaign, fundraiser campaign. Thank you very much, Sherry, very much for helping with that. So it's very easy for you guys to find, and every single dollar counts because right now we are serving a community that we are making a difference, and we are building it to grow, and we are building it to grow globally. All right. Thank you for jumping on, Aaron. Thank you, Skip.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Happy
everybody.
Birthday. Our pleasure. And congratulations, as of today, June 9th, 2020, whatever it is, you are the Queen Epic Service Buddy. Unanimous Service Buddy Hero. So unanimous, 400 plus have nominated and agree. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will gladly and with honors accept that. And it will even go on to my new website that is being built as a hub to then all roads lead to Chemo Buddies. Yes, in the end.
So if you haven't subscribed, go to Service Heroes and subscribe, guys. We want to see you there.
Yes, yes. We are right now concentrating on the YouTube channel, Tamara Hunter's Service Heroes on YouTube. Yesterday we hit 100, and as of going, I haven't looked lately, but I think we're
at you have 140 this morning.
140. So we're growing, but we now have a goal to hit 1,000. Yes, and we will. So let's do it. All right. Thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes and the buddies in the chat tonight. Oh, okay. I do have to recognize this gentleman, my coach for the Next Impactor, for the first Global Next Impactor, the winning coach, Todd Special. I love you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being here. Also, Service Hero, Liza. You know what? It's just been a wonderful birthday. So thank you for being here. I love you too. And I'm grateful for you. So everybody, let's make it, my birthday wish is to serve others. And a healthy dose of serving Chemo Buddies for life would be a really great gift. Thank you for it in advance. And also in being generous and giving us a subscribe at the YouTube channel for this show, because again, all roads lead back to Chemo Buddies, and right now I'm drawing a lot of attention for them. All right, see you guys later in the chat tonight, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, Travel Tuesday. See you there. Bye.